Hey guys, today I will be continuing What If Eren Was the Founding Titan. However, before that, I would like to thank you guys once again for nearly reaching 100 subscribers, as it is a real motivation boost. So if you enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos just like this one. With that out of the way, let's begin. Due to Eren intervening using the Founding Titan to seal the breach in the outer gate of Shiganshina, humanity still has all three walls and therefore did not lose any land to the Titans, meaning the royal government of the walls doesn't enact a culling in the form of a Wall Maria reclamation expedition. So, the nearly 20% of the Paradise Island population that perishes in the original, survive, including Amin's granddad. When the Survey Corps return from their expedition, they inspect the wall to see a hardened Titan, blocking the broken wall, and try to figure out what happened while they were gone, questioning the garrison regiment, but they had no clue what happened, simply telling them that there was a loud scream followed by all the Titans running away and the wall being blocked, preventing their return. Despite how much they investigated, they got no leads and dropped it. 2 years later, Eren joins the 104th Cadet Corps along with Mikasa and Amin. On the first day, Eren recognizes 5 people: Reina, Berthold, Annie and Ymir as Titan shifters, and also recognizing Krista aka Historia as a member of the royal family. After introductions and everyone went to eat dinner, eventually everyone found out Eren was from Shiganshina, so they question him on the Colossal and Armored Titan, the Titans running away, and the wall being sealed with a Titan imprint in it. Eren explains everything about the attack, but only the story the general public knew from the Survey Corps and Garrison Corps investigation. Remembering hearing a rumor about another Titan larger than the wall appearing then disappearing a few hours before the breach, Reina asks Eren about it to confirm it. With Eren describing his own founding Titan, telling them that it was like 420 meters tall, capable of easily stepping over the wall as it was 7 times the size of the Colossal, having glowing green eyes, long black hair, pointy ears, exposed muscle like the Colossal but with some areas covered by skin, and how it also had ribs penetrating from its back as well as its glowing blue dagger-like claws which could cleanly slice meat and bone as if it were nothing. Hearing the description, Reina thanks Eren, deducing that shifter must be the founder, then questioning why it would be in Shiganshina if the royal family is in the innermost wall, deciding that it must have traveled there to prevent their breach killing anyone. Eren then told them that they probably don't have to fear that Titan, as it didn't attack anyone and actually helped him when he fell in a hole from the shock made by its appearance. However, the others don't believe Eren, telling him it probably didn't even notice you were there and would have killed him if it did. Hearing this, Eren says maybe, but I still want to save every subject of Ymir from the fear of the Titans. Which caught the shifters' attention, while confusing the others as they only knew themselves as humans, with Eren explaining how it is the name of our race, the Eldians, but once again everyone laughs Eren off, telling him that he is tired so should probably go and rest, to which Eren agrees, leaving. While walking out the room berating himself for accidentally mentioning subjects of Ymir, he sees Krista helping Potato Girl, so walks over, putting his hand on her shoulder, asking her what she is doing and why she is acting like someone she is not, as no one is that kind. Also, it's kind of infuriating to watch. When Eren made contact with Krista, he looked through a few of her memories, learning her real name and that she is the illegitimate child of Rodriguez, the true king of the wall. Before she could reply, Eren says, I thought you looked familiar, Historia, follow me, we need to talk in private, noticing Ymir and Mikasa watching in the distance. When they got to somewhere secluded, Historia demanded for a reason why he knew her real name and asks if they have met before. Eren thinks for a bit to come up with a reason without explaining anything to do with the founder, then telling Historia to relax, as he was going to tell her how he knew anyway. Basically, I have never met you in my life, but I have met members of your family such as your sister Frieda Reese, and my father's first marriage was to one of your distant aunts or cousins or something. All I know is that she is a descendant of the royal Fritz family, which has renamed the Reese family when the walls were made. Hearing the name Frieda, Historia is confused, saying she somewhat feels like it's familiar but she doesn't quite remember it, so Eren tells her to trust him, placing their foreheads together, which brought back Historia's memories of her sister, which shocked her as she asks how he did that, but Eren tells her he can't reveal that yet. All he can say is that her sister removed your memories of her visits. Eren then tells her that he has to get going before Mikasa starts a whole search party to find him, then sharply saying no one can know about our little talk, so keep it a secret or I will erase your memories like your sister did. After a while, Eren arrived back at the barracks prepared to sleep. He is intercepted by Reina and Berthold, who question him on how he knows about subjects of Ymir and other stuff no one else knows about, but Eren tells them he will tell them in tomorrow after training, going to sleep. The next day, ODM gear training began, which Eren royally failed at, not being able to balance, hitting his head, being made fun of by his peers due to his earlier comment about saving everyone from the fear of Titans, yet not being able to use ymir at all. Desperately Eren asks everyone for tips, but they just make fun of him more and brag about themselves. Eventually he reaches Historia saying, "Historia, please, you have to help me, I can't drop out this early." But before Historia could say anything, Ymir cut in saying, "You might have hit your head harder than I thought. This is Krista, not Historia, whoever that is." Eren then corrected himself, asking Krista for help, but stating, "I defiantly prefer Historia to Krista, she is a lot more badass." Then looking at Ymir, telling her that him and Krista are somewhat childhood friends, as they had met before on one of my father's regular checkups, as he used to be a doctor, and when they were younger, I didn't know her name, so I used to call her Historia, and the name just kind of stuck with him. Ymir still says that even if they are childhood friends, they are too busy to help, and if you don't know the basics you should probably go learn how to pull plants. Annoyed, Eren mumbled, "Marlian scum, you think you are better than me," under his breath, which only Krista heard, deciding to ask him about it later. By the end of the day, after questioning everyone, Eren finally asked Reiner and Bertholdt for help, leaving them last as he doesn't trust them, since they are the armored and colossal titans. Reiner and Bertholdt agree to give him tips on ODM basics if he tells them how he knows about the subjects of Ymir, with Eren telling them that some basic knowledge has been passed down the Ackerman clan for generations, which Mikasa told him about. Happy with the answer, they go train Eren on the basics of ODM balance, ending the day looking over a lake. Realizing Reiner's reaction to seeing the lake, Eren says, "This probably reminds you of your hometown you lost back in Mali, right?" Which catches the duo off guard as Eren uses Titan hardening to limit their movements to prevent them transforming, saying, "We don't want colossal and armored titans to ruin the beautiful scenery now, do we?" Which shocks them both even more as Reiner shakily says, "You knew." Then asking Eren how he used Titan hardening, to which Eren simply replies, "What, have you forgotten your mission already, warrior?" Hearing this, Bertholdt says, "You don't mean that you are the founder," to which Eren says, "I am a founding titan, but not the royal Fritz founding titan, that's still with the royal family." Eren then says that since their actions hasn't killed anyone yet, he will release them, but if they hurt anyone, they will know suffering. Then erasing their memories of the encounter, undoing the hardening, dragging their unconscious bodies back to the barracks, telling them that they fell asleep towards the end, so he brought them back. The next day Eren did a retest at the ODM balancing, managed to balance for 5 seconds, but then hitting his head on the ground again. Seeing the determination in Eren's eyes, Shardis orders Eren to try again, but with a different belt, which Eren does perfectly without any struggle, meaning he managed to balance even with the broken equipment. A few weeks later the 104th Cadet Corps was sent on a simple training mission where all they had to do was ride in the forest where there is a checkpoint with a package which they then collect and then return back to the base. The purpose of the mission was to see if they could stay vigilant on a mission with no clear threat. While everyone is resting at night, Historia is by the river when a man appears behind her, restraining her. Suddenly everyone wakes up hearing Historia's blood-curdling scream, to see the barrel of a rifle pointed at their heads, being ordered to not move. Shocked, Eren asks them what they are going to do with their ODM gear, where they learn they were going to sell it for profit, as there is no point using it against titans as they can't be beat. Enraged, Eren pushed the gun away from his head, shouting, "On your knees," to which they oblige, shocking everyone but Armin. Eren then tells them that if you are willing to steal freedom from others, then you better be prepared to lose it, ordering them to shoot themselves in the head. Following the order created by Eren's founding, they unalive themselves, falling to the ground lifeless. Witnessing this in the distance, the man with Historia gets on a horse carriage with her, and starts riding off into the distance. Everyone but Armin asks Eren how he did that, but Eren ignores their questions, simply demanding to know where Historia is, which confuses everyone as they don't know a Historia. Eren then repeats the question, but this time asking where Krista is. Realizing Krista was kidnapped, Marco suggests they abort the mission and return to base, but Eren enraged yells, "So you are abandoning Krista?" Telling them they are free to give up on her, "But I won't. If you are too scared to try and save her, I will do it myself." Then using the founder's powers to control subjects of Ymir, Eren puts everyone except Armin in a deep sleep, telling Armin to take care of them, while I go save Krista. Thinking that he had escaped, the bandit tells Krista that even though he couldn't snag any ODM gear, you will sell for a hefty price, looking behind, when suddenly there was a massive beam of light, followed by a massive 420-meter tall titan dashing after them. Before he could even react, Eren grabbed him, asking him where he thinks he is going, before slowly ripping him limb by limb, slicing and dicing until there was nothing left but a pool of blood. Eren then crouched down to see a visibly distressed Historia, desperately try to escape. Seeing this, Eren uses his claws to cut the rope, telling Historia that it's Eren and he came to save her, climbing out the nape of the Titan's neck as it began to vaporize. Still scared, Historia asks if he really is Eren, so Eren explained how he gained the power of the founding Titan. Eren then asks if she wishes to remember what happened or forget it like the rest, with Historia telling Eren that he can trust her not to tell anyone. To which Eren replies, "Welcome to the club. The only people who know are you, Armin, Mikasa, my mother, and my father's first wife." After a while, Mikasa's group with Reina, Annie, Berthold and others arrived, and everyone in Eren's group who were put to sleep wake up, not remembering even waking up before. They ask where the bodies came from, to which Eren simply replied, "They tried to steal our freedom, so I shot them, and if you look a couple hundred meters that way, you will find the crushed remains of the one who tried to kidnap and sell Krista into prostitution." This shocks everyone as they didn't expect such a brutal explanation. Due to it being done in self-defense, no charges were pressed on Eren, but he did have to spend the night in a cell, while it was being investigated. Another time during a training mission on a snowy mountain, Historia, Ymir and an unconscious Daz were caught in a blizzard, forced to drag Daz back to camp. Back at camp, Reina informs Eren that Krista and her group have not returned, so Eren vows to go save her, to which many of the others agree to. However, they are told to go inside by the superiors as a rescue squad will be sent out in the morning. However, Eren isn't having any of that, yelling they would have frozen to death by then, using the power of the founding Titan to put them to sleep, telling Armin and Mikasa to take everyone inside, while rescues the others. Eren decides that his founding Titan probably won't be the quickest or best Titan for the job, biting his hand, transforming into a combination of the jaw, cart and beast Titan, with it looking like a giant eagle with pointy ears and razor-sharp talons, and massive wings, allowing Eren to soar through the sky, getting a bird's-eye view of the mountain, spotting Historia and Ymir with its sharp eyes, landing next to them. Not knowing about Eren, Ymir grabbed Krista and was going to throw her, but she was stopped by Krista, who told her that it was Eren. However, she hasn't seen this form before, asking Eren if he can change the designs of his Titans at will, with Eren confirming it. Eren then changes the subject, telling Krista that she is only using Daz as an excuse to die, where she will be remembered as the hero who bravely risked her life to save poor Daz. Correct me if I am wrong. Ymir also joins in, agreeing with Eren, saying Daz is nothing but a small sacrifice to her, which is okay only if you are a selfish, bad word meaning female dog. Hearing this, Krista desperately tries to defend herself, saying that not her, that's not what she meant. Ymir then reveals that she knows who she is because she snuck into a church and heard the story about the noble who created too many heirs than they wanted, so forced her to join the corps. This shocks both of them as Eren states, "I knew you were a sneaky witch from Mali, who stole the Jaw Titan from the warriors, but I didn't know you knew about that." Ymir then asks Eren if he is also from Mali, but Eren denies it, stating he just knows a lot of things, erasing Ymir's memories of his Titan form. Historia then asks why he erased Ymir's memories, so he tells her that he knows he can trust her. However, there is a slight level of doubt from anyone who was from Mali. Back to what we were saying before, this is something mother said when I was a baby that I think also works with you. Do you really have to be special? Do you really need people's recognition? I don't think so. You don't need to become great. Why would you have to be better than everyone else? Just look at yourself. Don't you see you're already great? Because you were born into this world, which made her smile, as it was the complete opposite of what she had been told her whole life, as she believed there was no point for her to even have been born, so she was trying to make a reason by sacrificing herself. Eren then told her not to give up on her name, and to be proud of it, as if she gives up on it, she will be allowing others to control her life and therefore nothing but a slave. But if she takes back her name and lives a life she can be proud of, then she will be free and have her revenge. Eren then picks up Daz, Ymir and Historia, and carries them back to camp. Back at the camp, everyone started to wake up as they realize Eren isn't there, asking Mikasa and Armin where he went, already having an idea of where he is, which was confirmed by Armin, telling them that Eren ran off into the snowstorm in search for Krista. They ask them why no one stopped him, but Mikasa coldly questions if they would rather have frozen to death outside exposed to the elements and have stopped Eren. I think not. They then hear a loud noise outside. Believing it's an avalanche, they check it out to see Eren in his human form carrying Ymir and Daz, with Historia following behind. In the year 850, around 2 years later and 5 years since the first breach, the 104th Cadet Corps graduates, with Eren being in the top 10 yet still choosing to join the Scouts. A few days before they decide which regiment to join, while on the wall, the Colossal Titan appears, kicking the gate in, then knocking the cannons of the wall, blowing every one of the walls. Not scared a single bit, Eren yells that this is their chance to take down the Colossal, telling them to trust him as he jumps off the wall, biting his hand, as a second beam of yellow energy can be seen, and Eren's founding Titan's body manifests around him. Seeing this, Bertholdt releases steam to obscure Eren's vision, then pulling his arm in for a punch. However, Eren's founding Titan is much faster despite its titanic height, and it also has a longer arm length, easily slicing Bertholdt's Colossal Titan's arm clean off, following it up by slicing its head in half, grabbing the nape, ripping Bertholdt out, crystallizing the nape, with Bertholdt still inside, unable to move. Eren then says, Bertholdt, I have known you were the Colossal ever since you breached the wall, as well as the identity of the other 8 shifters, returning Bertholdt's memories from the lake, telling him that he hoped he would change, realizing we are not the devils we were described as in your propaganda, however you were too stupid to change and now you've been caught. Eren then stepped over the wall, using Titan hardening to seal the breach, asking the others if they are okay, which shocks them as this is the first time they have heard a Titan speaking. Eren then creates a Titan killing guillotine out of his hardening with using hardened chains attached to a blade, also made with hardening, using gravity to propel the blade to the nape of the Titans. Eren then emerged from the nape of the Titan where he is surrounded by soldiers who order him to surrender, to which Eren considers making them forget but decides he will go on trial, and if he is found guilty, then he will erase their memories, stepping out of the Titan's body with his arms in the air. Whilst being transported to the capital along with Bertholdt, Eren uses the paths to communicate with his family and friends in the 104th Cadet Corps minus Annie and Reina, explaining the situation he is in, telling them not to worry about him as he can simply remove their memories if he is found guilty, returning their memories he had taken. Eren then uses the paths to communicate with the higher-ups in the scouts, telling them to return to the walls, as there was a breach, however it has been dealt with. Eren then explains his situation, telling them that if they help defend him, he will reveal the secrets of the walls and humanity to them. Okay guys, this is the end of the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and click the notification bell to find out whether humanity sees Eren a friend or foe in the next video. As always, this is Demonic Saiyan saying bye.